What's your best dating advice?
Never date a man who's beneath you. A man will always bring you to his level. So
It's your choice to level up
or level down.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we're going to be straight up. Why are men no longer attending dating events? And why does that infuriate so many women? Smash that like button and help us hit the goal of 1,000 likes on this video. Drop a comment with your experience and wisdom. We always pin the best one for the community. Subscribe, and without further introduction, let's get started.
Men don't like dating events, and I have a theory. If you're a man and you don't enjoy dating events, I want you to tell me in the comments if I am right or what is your reasoning. So I have gone to a lot of dating events, speed dating events, all the things. And for the most part, it will be 80% women and 20% men, even though there are so many men in the world. And I don't think that all men are bad or all men are douchebags. That's not my theory. I think that men don't know what they're going to experience when they get there. But I also think that they have gone to some of these events and they don't like what they have experienced. I think that men feel like maybe it's like a meat market, that how women are going to be, or how I think women, I don't think I would say afraid. I think that men are just like, this is going to be too intense, going to be way over the top. And I don't want to experience that, because whether I'm going to church events or I'm going to dating events in general, men don't show up. So men, I want you to tell me, why don't you guys like dating events?
1. The truth is, no man wants to pay just to get rejected at a dating event. 2. Meanwhile, women pay nothing or close to nothing, and the organizers want to squeeze all the profit by charging men a ridiculous entry fee. 3. On top of that, the more women there are, and there are always tons, the higher the risk that a single guy gets hit with dozens of rejections in one night. Seriously, who would want to pay for that?
The real recession indicators when my homegirl invited me to this dating event in Charlotte. When I went to the site to look at the tickets, the women's tickets completely sold out. The men's tickets widely available, like 90% of them were not sold. Niggas can't even afford to take women out anymore.
You had 22 seconds, and the thing that you came away from an event that there was no men at was men just can't afford to go. Gang, I was just at a lesbian ballet recital. I ain't seen no dudes nowhere. Niggas can't even afford to go. That's what you sound like, you goofy. I wish these was perks, because it would make it easier to actually stand y'all. You know what a lot of y'all problem is? A lot of y'all got that Stevie Wonder disease. Y'all pick up a phone, see everything that everybody else is seeing, and then suddenly just forget that this should ever affect real life. I ain't never been to a singles event in my life. Yet at the same time, I ain't never seen a time where singles events was getting talked about more. You know why you don't see dudes at singles events? Because of every video that y'all do about not seeing dudes at single events. Every other week, it's another one of y'all. Oh, y'all, I went to the singles event and I ain't seen no men. Y'all went to the singles event and it was only ugly men. Y'all went to the singles event, but all of the men that was there were just saying stuff I ain't like. What y'all going to singles events for? Every day is a singles event. You just pussy, so you don't talk to the girls you really want to talk to. The same thing for y'all girls. You pussy, because you don't talk to none of the guys that you like. Niggas not going to singles events because I could go to brunch by my damn self.
At the end of the day, dating events are designed for men to pay for the hope of getting a woman, while she gets the luxury of choosing from a place of comfort. And that's why men don't go. It's not that they don't want to pay. They're even making them free for men now. It's that they don't want to hand a woman the power to decide whether he passed the test or meets her standards. That kind of emotional and financial investment with no guarantee is a trap for the man who doesn't value himself.
Men are not showing up. So there's no way in hell I'll ever even entertain a man that doesn't show up. You got to show up in my life. I don't care if it's paying bills, taking care of this, taking me. You got to show up.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
Ain't no desirable man going to no speed dating event. I don't know who need to hear that, but before y'all keep wasting y'all money and time going to these speed dating events, don't do it if you expecting men that you would actually want to be there, because they're not. If there are any men there at all, they're definitely not going to be the type of man that you would want. They're going to be undesirable but they won't be actual top tier attractive men with things going for themselves. You know why? Because if a man is actually desirable, why would he need to come to a speed dating event? He wouldn't. Desirable men get women constantly, whether it's walking out the house, going to the store, going to the gym, going to school. They don't have a problem in the woman department. See, y'all having a problem in the men department, which is why you're at a speed dating event. But these men are not having an issue with women when they're desirable. They don't have a problem getting girls. You have a problem getting men. And that's something that you need to work on. But as far as going to these speed dating events and thinking that you're gonna meet actual men that you would want, they're not gonna be there. You'd be good if you even get any men there at all, even the ones that nobody wants.
That opinion was pretty stupid because it applies just as much to men. The women who go to dating events are usually the ones men normally ignore because they're not attractive and they're just trying to get attention some other way. Most of them are already past 30, they've hit the wall. You know why those events are full of women, but barely 10% of the attendees are men. And even then, those women end up talking to guys they're not attracted to. Why? Because they're desperate. Man, the wall doesn't forgive.
Women.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore, don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first. How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance. My mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gone married. They would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date. So he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just planned the whole thing. He wrote her poetry. He was yearning. How my aunt and my uncle met. My aunt was a dancer on a cruise ship, and he was the photographer, and he was persistent. She overheard him one night saying to his buddy, he was like, I'm gonna marry that girl. He had just met her, and now they're married, and they have 2 kids together. I don't hear anything like that now. Now we're praising eye contact. Now we're praising if a guy held a door open to us and smiled. That is what we're praising. It feels so backwards. I just wonder when it shifted, because I feel like that is the whole downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone now, because men just don't care anymore.
What they don't understand is that times have changed. How many dates did your mom have back in her prime? Maybe just with your dad, maybe not even that. But today, a woman can go out with several men in just 1 month and not care about any of them. And all of that with minimal effort. With so many absurd standards, a lot of men don't even know how to move anymore. Because even if you're a gentleman, take her to the best place, treat her with respect, she can still reject you. And then you see her with the guy who didn't even do half of what you did, but somehow she's into him. That's why men understand this. If there's no clear interest from the woman, don't even try. Don't waste your time.
And I call baby, and kiss 100 voices. I'm not shy, just stop the feeling. You can say it's just the way you are. Make a new excuse for a stupid reason. Go away, yeah, just stop the words, just to stop the feeling. Go away, yeah, just stop the world, just to stop the feeling. I'm cliche. Who cares?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
What happened to men pursuing girls?
I'm getting the feeling that some aren't going to like my answer to this one.
When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort?
It wasn't really a pivotal moment. More a convergence of a bunch of different moments and opinions expressed by a lot of women, specifically on social media, indicating that they not only don't need men, but in point of fact, they don't want them. And men paid attention.
It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to.
But what even is the bare minimum? There are so many different opinions and standards out there that it would be almost impossible for the average guy to keep up with what is expected.
But they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort?
And what would be so wrong with that?
That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort.
Let's get right down to it. A lot of men aren't putting forth a lot of effort anymore when it comes to dating because they don't receive any appreciation whatsoever. And a lot of them are tired of being used. There are a lot of things that are expected of men in society, but yet they very rarely receive any thanks for anything that they do. I mean, would you put forth extra effort if you never received any thanks either?
Now, the million-dollar question is, if you're into a guy, why don't you make the first move? I guarantee you, 3 out of 5 times it would go well. The problem is, a lot of women are afraid of rejection, but they love being the ones doing the rejecting. And with everything they say about men, like how they prefer the teddy bear types, they won't even agree to a simple coffee date. So what does that leave for the average guy? You open an app and see women listing the infamous 666 of the apocalypse: 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, and a 6-figure income. Literally, the 666 from hell. Times have changed. So either lower your standards, make the first move, or hit the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about women being the ones to make the first move nowadays? Would you go to a dating event? And if not, what would be your reason? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.